Well, hey, welcome back to round two, round dos. We have our classic Michi map, and it was a great game. We have, without further ado, Tanner Persley as the Slavs. We have in the yellow, Barzi as the Teutons. And in the light blue, we have Taylor Stevens as the Hindustanis. Very powerful team. Barzi, Taylor, Tanner. Stack team. On the other side, you have yours truly as the Malians. We'll point out that Jeff said they're a trash sieve, and I proved him wrong. We have Jono as the Spanish. Jono believed in me. He was like, yeah, the Malians are pretty good. I was like, see? There we go. And then we have Jeff as the Japanese. I was going to go Aztecs because no one plays the Aztecs, and I'm trying to fill out the spreadsheet. The name is Statistics for Spencer. But then Jeff went to Japanese, and I was like, that's a lot of infantry. That is not a great idea. So I went to Camel Civ. Anyways, okay, so we have 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. Let's check on walls. Jeff had a labyrinth of walls over here, which was a good thing because he was asking for trouble a lot of the game. This should be nice because I didn't really see anything but this corner that I was in because I was very occupied. But the walls for the most part look good. This castle, if it goes down, but yeah, it's blocking it, so it does the job. The only thing is this connected or is the castle blocking it? I have no idea. But it's not like it's completely open. I mean, you got one layer, but if that is open, then that's all it is. It's just one layer. Shouldn't be well, probably was an issue because, well, all this is open as well. So technically, if this is open, then it's a hole. But we'll see if it becomes an issue. Oh, okay. So treaty drop is in 20 seconds. But anyways, the wall is looking okay. I'm finishing up right here. That is way too close to tree drop to be finishing this wall for me. Anyways, okay, so we have here, I have a little wall of houses, which I've been slowly starting to try and incorporate. Look at the other side. We got wall, we got a tree there. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. On the Barzi's wall, Tanner's wall, it looks all okay. So, cool beans. Let's see, so tree drop is over. Doesn't look like anybody's really ready. I got like an onager or two, and that's about it. Jeff is super ready. Holy cow. That is a lot of samurai very early from the game. He is ready to go. I'm surprised he's not actually going yet. Let's look over here. Tanner is not ready. He has barracks. Oh, I lied. No, he's very ready. Oh, he's very ready. He's cutting first. First blood. Okay, he just built in the middle. Okay. That probably leaves this a little bit susceptible, but Tanner's trying to mitigate that. Alright, so Tanner's going. He is cutting. Let's see, Taylor doesn't have a lot of troops currently, but he always builds lots of buildings, so he can, there we go, he's starting to produce troops. So, all good. So Tanner's cutting. He's got a couple of troops ready. He stops his cutting. Oh, because we have Jeff down here. So Tanner did cut all the way through, and then is backpedaling because Jeff is cutting right where he doesn't want, right where he doesn't have anything. And Jeff is building a whole bunch of guard towers, which I think Japanese guard towers are really good. Here, let me go to military view. All right, so Taylor sees the hole that Tanner made, and then Tanner left, but Taylor's like, let's take advantage. There's a hole here. So Taylor goes through with some camels. Have I broken through yet? I have not broken through yet. I haven't even started cutting. Oh man, I gotta get going. Okay, so Tanner and Taylor were very much ready from the drop, and Jeff was on our side. So Jeff is going crazy. He comes through. I'm really surprised with all this siege he didn't just try and immediately go for a hole in the wall. I mean, he's trying to right now, which is good. Here comes Tanner with all of his siege, and there goes all of Jeff's siege, and he's very scared with all these samurai against siege. That is not a great combo. Going back over here to Taylor. Taylor is trying to send some camels to kill some buildings, I guess, or maybe explore a little bit. let's see. I have now begun my cut slowly. These Gabetos are a nice little combo with the camels. Yeah, so nothing's over here. Doesn't seem like Taylor has much over here. He has the buildings though, so he responds pretty quickly. Taylor's still over here. John is responding with a whole bunch of halves, which is really good. Going back over here, Jeff. Jeff is killing all these barracks by Tanner, so he's got a good little plunge. I mean, against the halves, it's a really good matchup for these samurais. Not the greatest matchup against paladins, but a decent matchup against these Teutonic Knights. So the samurais are a good choice, but man, this siege by Tanner, that early 2v1 really kicked Jeff in the pants. Or else Jeff would have had a much better, because it was a great spot to cut into. All right, so Jeff has got pushed back. He's trying to clog the hole. Tanner and Barzy are going down that hole. Taylor's walking down the other hole. I have finally cut through. Okay, so I cut through. I'm not plunging camels, but I sent the camels through, realizing there's not a whole bunch of resistance. Taylor's starting to change his web point. He's trying to react to me. I think Taylor's more concerned about the camels. I send my onagers over here to cut a hole in the trees. I think I do get through momentarily. Taylor is still trying to focus on the middle because he's got siege elephants here. So again, Jono's building the right units. He's got halbs, which is a good idea against what Taylor's throwing at him. All these elephants, you know, and skirms. I'm over here, so I have cut a hole here. I got some camels that are going through. Taylor's trying to wall me off. I think I do believe I stop him from walling me off this round, but then he does wall me off. Back to the middle. Taylor is now pivoting all of his extra troops in the middle back up the hole to respond to me. All right, so Jono now has a little bit more freedom because now he's going to come down here and help Jeff because Jeff is he's being bombarded by Barzy and Tanner. Barzi's providing the protection for all Tanner's siege. Jono's going back up the hole. Barzi's kind of retreating a little bit. Tanner's building castles. Barzi's also building castles. Nothing's happening in the middle so far. I mean, Tanner's sending a couple troops, but that's it. Going back up here, so I made it through, but I did not plunge into the trade. My camels died before they could do that. So Taylor is regrouping. He's over here. I'm trying to regroup as well, getting ready for a round 2 push. Anything happening in the middle? Nothing's happening in the middle. Going back south. All right, so we have Barzy with a mix of paladins and Teutonic Knights. Mostly Teutonic Knights. Oh no, he's got plenty of paladins too. And then Tanner with his siege. They are knocking on Jeff's door. Jeff is worried. No, maybe he's not worried at this point because he's got a lot of defenses. Again, I don't think that is close, so we'll see. Let's go back up here. All right, so I'm just trying to start to regroup, trying to get through. Taylor is massing a lot of skirmishers and camels, which is not the worst thing against all my camels. So going back down here. Okay, so Jono is sending halves, hopefully trying to help Jeff with all those paladins, but then Jeff is so good at microing. So he's got the knights and he's got the paladins. So, you know, when the halves show up, send the knights forward. When the samurais pop up, send the paladins forward. Like, Barzi's really good at that. He's always paying attention to his rock paper scissors matchups. So here we go. This is not looking great. I mean, we got a lot of infantry, which Teutonic Knights do very well against, and then we have the siege coming. Where's Tanner? Tanner is slowly still sending people. I don't see really anybody in the middle. We got a little couple skirmishers here from Jono. Going back up here. Okay, so I have pushed through the hole again. I am starting to castle drop. Not castle drop in their base, but on their side of the trees. Got some guys clogging the hole here. I do have a good bit of camels here. So it's giving me a lot of pressure. I think I do get in again at some point. So we'll check on that. Nothing happening in the middle still. Trying to keep an eye on that, make sure I don't miss anything. Alright, there's a lot of yellow coming over here. So Barzy is pushing strong. I do not see Tanner. What is Tanner doing? Is he trying to be sneaky? I don't see. He's just sending a bunch of house somewhere, maybe? What are Tanner's resources look like? Not quite sure. No, this is me. Keep it down here. Oh, okay, so they are through. They are through. Alright, so Tanner, oh, there's Tanner. He's just mixed in. It is open. No, I was worried about that. Oh, that's so bad. Alright, so Tanner and Barzy are now through. They have full access to the trade. Let's see, I'm up here. Did I get back here yet? Nope, I haven't gotten back there yet. So there's a hole here. I'm going to send some camels through. I have some bombard cannons. I have Gebettos. I have protection. So I'm looking pretty confident over here. I'm like, hey, guys. I know you're dying, Jeff, but hold on. I'm doing some work. So I got a little too confident. Although I did sneak some camels back here that I don't think Tanner realized for a while. I don't know why they were going after this lumber camp and not the trade carts, which I'm very, very sad. I put them to defensive stance, and I think I set my waypoint way too high, because then they just get stranded here in the trees. And eventually, hopefully not too long, I redirect them. There we go. Okay, so they sit here in this trade for a long time. I got the castles to help against their camels. Looking back down over here, I'm like, guys, you got to hold. I got guys in the trade. I am working them, but Barzy and Tanner are working Jeff a lot as well. We have a whole bunch of guys in our trade. We have Tanner, he's in our trade with his Boyars. We got Barzy trying to get into a trade with his Paladins. John was trying to push him out. Barzy is actually sending troops through the middle cut. Oh, and this is when I got worried. My confidence was just shattered when I saw Taylor. He's just like massive, massive amount of troops. Camels, hand cannoneers, elephants. I was like, holy crap, that came out of nowhere. Like, he just immediately had this big ol' army. I still have troops here, but I think Taylor is going to send some troops to go kill them. But I think I did do a good bit of damage on that trade, which I will point out that, let's see over here, so we got Tanner still in the trade, so they're kind of hurting our trade as well. Yeah, so this is when I was like, ooh, guys, this is not looking good. That is a lot of troops, and that's a good mix. For Hindustanis, that is a powerful mix. However, I think hurting this trade really helped because Hindustanis are not, they don't do much without gold. Looking back over here, Barzy is just going ham. Jeff is trying to hold back Tanner's push over here on the side, and Jono trying to, but meanwhile, Barzy just has full access to our trade. Or maybe not. Okay, I think Jeff built a third wall back here now, so he's kind of stopped the bleeding, but we still got some troops in our trade. I think Jono's over here trying to get rid of some of these Boyars. I'm getting pushed back again, so we got Taylor trying to move forward. He's keeping his hand cannoneers back. We'll see if he sends those forward. Going back here to the middle. So I think just because of the waypoint that was set, all of Barzy and Tanner's troops are going through the middle. It would have been interesting if we had hand cannoneers like Jono here, but just station them right here. Just like massive right here. But no, it's probably good that he sent some help. We got trebuchets, we got siege onagers, both from Tanner and from Barzy. We have halves. I mean, we have Teutonic Knights. This is a crazy mix that Jeff had to defend against. So I give Jeff a lot of props. All right, so I'm trying to plug up this hole. I think all the hand cannoneers did go through the hole. I think they probably went up too far. I will point out that they do not have a Spanish. So their gold output was not as great as it could have been. And I think that really hurt them because I did start to see people run out of gold. Looking at gold right now, Taylor does not have a lot of gold. Barzy does not have a lot of gold. Everyone else has plenty of gold, though. On their team, Tanner's got a ton of gold. So I'm starting to make it through this this hole again, but I'm going to run into all this siege where I'm like, that is not great. Alright, so Jono and Jeff are slowly trying to take him out. Barzi's siege is doing mayhem. Okay, we got a hole here. Jeff is shoring that up. We got a siege ram trying to make more holes. Tanner just set his waypoint back in the base, so they're just getting stuck right here. There's one Boyar here who's still being an issue. Yeah, this siege ends up being a big problem for me, but luckily I do got camels. Jono does send a couple guys up here to help me. He's like, hey, you were asking for help a while ago. And then here's the Hussars. Okay, so like Taylor is out of gold, which is great to see at this point. But I tell Jono like, hey, I'm good. Go help Jeff. Jeff needs a lot of help. So I think he keeps these guys here, but Jono's still trying to kill guys in the trade. Oh my gosh, Tanner got so many guys through. No. Okay, we got Jono. He's trying to mass some troops over here. It's a good mix. Maybe not the skirms. We need some hand cannoneers, but skirms is a good good thing when you're low on gold. How is Jono on gold? Jono has a ton of gold. Jono, build some hand cannoneers. That's what we need. Alright, so Jeff is right here. It looks like they've taken out... Oh no, these siege rams have got to be dealt with. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Tanner's got a bunch of halves in the trade. Luckily, this match, I decided to build a ton of trade carts, so I still have a decent amount of gold. Jeff's got a ton of gold, but I'm glad I have enough to kind of help me get through while trade was down. I did try to be a little bit gold efficient, so I sent some light cav to deal with the siege. So I'm starting to push back against Taylor in a really big way up here, so that's starting to good. But this is why I didn't realize this. So I start pushing on Taylor big time, and it's because he sent all of his troops in the middle. I think he's trying to do a Hail Mary. So here's a hole. Taylor sent some elephants through the middle, and he made a hole. So I think he's trying to fully commit to the middle and trying to play the whole let's kill them before they kill us game. Which, I mean, I haven't even really broken through their wall yet, so he's probably like not worried. So I'm starting to mass some troops up here. I think eventually I make my move interior to Taylor. Man, these elephants, they are just gonna punch a hole right here, huh? So our wall is full of holes. We have a hole here, we have a hole here. Taylor's just streaming in through all these different holes. He's making his own hole. He has made another hole. So this is not looking good for us. Taylor, Tanner, and Jeff, they are all in us. This is not looking great. I'm telling them, guys, hold off. It's coming. It's coming. Believe. I got the troops here. I just got to get in. I think I do get in eventually. There's a lot of siege to deal with from Tanner. Luckily, they're out of gold, or Taylor's out of gold. Barzy did get some gold. I think Tanner probably gave it to him just now. Alright, so now I am in. This never did get walled off. So gates down, camels are in. I think I do find this castle, so I end up setting them right here, and they just go to work on the trade. Let's see, we got Jeff, good job. He built all the barracks in the trade, so he can respond that way. We have Tanner's halves have been here forever. Oh my word. Jono's trying to send all these skirms to take him out. It looks like this never got filled up, but Taylor is trying to send all of his troops here, which is a bad idea because I am in their trade. I am starting to kill Taylor little by little. Taylor's trying to build a castle. I didn't see that, or else I would have sent those guys to go kill that. But so I'm trying to get rid of their trade, even though they didn't have much gold to begin with. Even though Taylor is starting to get a little bit more gold. I'm trying to build some more people forward. It's still not looking great because they look like they have a lot more pressure than us. Luckily, Jono is kind of showing up to kind of stop the bleed of Taylor. I don't see much more in the trade. There's a few guys, but I think Jono's taking care of them. We got Barzy over here, so technically the hole is still open here. It did get short up here, so we have 2 more holes. I think Jeff is going to hold that up real quick, maybe, with this villager. So hopefully we do stop the bleeding here soon. Tanner is still trying to come here in the middle. I'm starting to really go through. I'm bringing some siege. My camels are still here doing some work. I don't see much resistance, although there is a castle here, which is devastating to camels. I start bringing some cavalry forward. I bring my bombard cannons forward. I even built some siege onagers. Who am I again? The Malians. Malians have siege onagers. Come to find out. So I got here. I'm stopping the flow. I'm not really getting much resistance. These Gebettos are killing all these onagers before they can get to me because the waypoint is set afterwards. So these couple Gebettos really saved my bacon from Tanner. Let's see, going back here, Jono has now plunged up through the middle hole. I don't know where he's going. I think he might be coming north to help me. I am in their trade. I am everywhere. I got light cav. I got camels everywhere. Taylor's trying to build more castles. I am slowly starting to come in with. I'm starting to kill Taylor, which is good because we were playing the who can kill who first, and then I start to go in. Jeff and Jono did a really good job at kind of shoring up defenses and blocking the holes.
Chica.
It seems like all the holes have been patched so far, except for this very big gaping one. But hopefully Jeff fixes that here soon. Tanner's ready for another push. Barzy's getting ready for another push. I think Barzy may be trying to cut all the way around. Jono sent some troops up here to help me out. I'm starting to house Taylor. Let's check on stuff real quick. Taylor has no food. I think he sold a lot of food for gold. I don't know why, because you can't do... I think his mix-up, his troop mix can't do much without food. Let's see. Jeff is also very low on food, but they do have some gold. That's not going to last very long without their trade, so I have deleted some of their markets. I have a castle in their base. I'm starting to build some more stables to respond faster. I have a big presence up here. So if they're going to do something, they got to do something now. Jono is still sending troops up. Tanner's sending troops up. A lot of people are just trying to send troops. So Tanner's trying to take care of this. I think Jono really saves my backside because I'm very concerned with what I'm doing over here. Maybe. What takes out these... Is this what killed my castle? This is what killed my castle. Alright, so Tanner has these siege here. I don't know how they got taken out, but eventually they do. So Tanner is full pivoting over there because Taylor really can't send anything else. Taylor is out of food. Barzy's over here without Tanner, though, because Tanner's really had to pivot. Barzy's got a whole bunch of Teutonic Knights here for some reason. They're trapped. I don't know if he forgot about them, but those could have been serious. Alright, so Barzy's starting to go over here. Maybe, okay, so now he's noticed them. Jeff and Jono, there's a lot of red and blue over here. Jeff is starting to go up the middle with him for some reason, even though Barzy is knocking on his door. Maybe he's thinking, hey, I'm short up. Even though he's not short up, he's got all these knights here. He's got this big gaping hole here. We'll see. I have now built very much so into Taylor's base. Taylor is being wiped out. Yeah, Taylor is basically gone because then I'm starting to get into Barzy. He's got one town center. He's got one town center. Okay. And then Taylor's done. I think at some point my game, like, it logs me off, but I have everything queued up, and I think it's somewhere close to here. But I think at this point they were saying that the game was going to be over. Eventually I do take care of these guys. But yeah, I've basically wiped out him, wiped out Taylor. See, all these Teutonic Knights are kind of an issue. I do have the towers here, which is good. Jeff is trying to respond. That is an issue. I think Jono and Jeff are starting to realize that Barzy can't be left alone to his devices or bad things happen. I am over here. I got a lot of idle troops, but I do have a lot of troops queued up, and they're here so that when it does kind of like kick me off, they keep going, I guess. Let's see, but is it enough damage to really call it a win? They said it was, like we were done, like they were done. Yeah, because there's no sight of Taylor. Let's see, Barzy, he's got some troops here, and that's when it kicked me off. So, was it still a game? Maybe. It's up for debate. Taylor said they were done. It was over. I think Jeff was like, oh, hey, I saved in case we wanted to do it. I don't think Jeff realized how deep I was into the other base. Eventually, I did put me back on. Like, it kicked me off for like 2 minutes, and then it kicked me back on, and then I queued up everything again and set my waypoints, and then it kicked me off again. And then after that, I had to be like done. And then like 10 minutes later, I popped up in the other chat. I was like, they kicked me off like 10 minutes ago. Taylor's like, shut up. But I think that's a win. We'll see. Here, we'll leave the map for now. So looking at this, I did have the highest military score by a lot. So I think that is a resounding MVP at least. So we'll see if that actually counts as a win. Economy goes to Jono. Jono had a major economy. Barzy had the technology. Taylor had the society. Total score goes to me. Units killed, 1,400, almost 1,500. Barzy was the next closest at 1,100, pretty close to Tanner. Um, least units lost was Jono. Jono almost had a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. I did kill the most buildings. Barzy was second in there, so me and Barzy we were playing tag of who can kill who first. I think by the end of it, Taylor was pretty dead, but Jeff was still alive, so that's probably where those numbers came from. Jono lost the least. Jeff managed to convert somebody. Largest army does go to Taylor though, because he had a massive army at one point. Economy, Barzy was the most fed. Tanner had the biggest wood. Jeff was the most stoned. I had the gold and trade profit. That helped a ton, especially when you guys were in our trade forever. Because if I would have ran into gold, I would have been done with all those camels. Looks like Tanner sent the most. No, he received the most, and he got it from Taylor, which is interesting because Taylor was kind of hurting for resources as well. So, technology-wise, I got the feudal, Jeff got the castle, Taylor got imperial. Castles goes to Taylor with 8. I was close behind with 7. Taylor built a whole bunch in his base. So relics go to Jeff with the relic gold. I had the highest villager count at 262. I did have to start deleting villagers there for a while. And yeah, there we go. So no, I don't know if that goes in the book as an official win. That's up for debate. We will see. But there it is. So good game.